Thank you very much, Paliti. It is indeed a champion day here on Afternoon Express because our guest today, he became a household name for all South Africans when he won gold at the 2012 Summer Olympics in London. I remember it like it was yesterday. Ladies and gents, everybody, champions in the house, put your hands together for Chad Clos.
Thank you.
Chad, it's always so good to see you. I don't know how you're able to, remain so fresh every time and almost be shy about being introduced to people. Let's talk about your championships, your most recent title. Do you get used to it? Does it get familiar? Is it something that you kind of just like, go, yeah, I've got this and we don't expect any fanfare around?
No, this was a big one for me. Firstly, thanks for having me on the show. It's a great pleasure to be here. You never get used to getting introduced like that. It's such an honor for me to be, represented in South Africa and celebrated like I am. So for me, I don't take that lightly, and of course these last wins about a month ago now.
Yeah.
Time does fly.
It does.
But it's been tough. I've had a tough 3 years. A lot of losses. So this was a big comeback for me. And everyone talks about my age being 30 and usually the end of their career at 30, but I'm only just beginning, so I'm very happy.
Okay, Chad, 30, honestly, you can't keep it at the same place forever, right? At some point, you have to shift it. Are you seriously 30 years old?
I'm 30.
Wow, it's incredible, but some incredible achievements as well. Let's talk about how you've been able to rise to the occasion and remain a champion on and off the sporting space, dealing with loss and finding the strength to carry on. How did that pan out for you?
I think, look, life is about losing, right? It's not about winning. You lose everything in life. You lose your family, you lose your looks, you lose your hair, you lose your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. Life is about losing. So for me, I've known that from a young age. I've lost a hell of a lot more races than I've won. But people don't see that behind the scenes, in training, in the gym, preparation. It's all about losing. So you have to learn to lose before you can win. And it was a hard 3 years, I'll be honest. Since COVID, I lost a lot of things. I went through a bit of a bad patch, a little bit of a, fell off the wagon a bit. But you know what? My family were there to help me. I had a lot of people in my corner that supported me, and I always believed. I think it comes back to belief, right?
I
believed, and I really believed that I was going to, get that back. I wanted to be world champion again. I said I was going to be world champion again,
and you did.
Yeah, we are.
But here's another space you're sort of infiltrating and entering, and hopefully as a champion there as well. A movie, Chad Clos.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
It's it's very exciting. We've been filming now for a little over 3.5 years. So it's coming out, I think, we're looking at maybe June this year, just before the World Championships and obviously a year before the Olympics. But it's been a passionate project of mine which we've been filming, and it's been a really behind-the-scenes project where we've get a real good look to, who Chad is and, behind the swimmer, and kind of just, also being there for those big moments. They were with me at the Commonwealth Games, they were with me at the World Championships, and they're all behind the scenes, and we've got some really brilliant access, so very
what do you think we're most going to be surprised by when we watch this movie? We're going to be like, what, Chad? How? When?
I think you'll be very surprised with a few things. I think there's a lot of, there's a bit of spice. I don't want to give too much away, but there's a bit of spice.
Man, I know the ladies certainly aren't looking forward to any featuring of any other lady in your life. But let's talk about your balance of, training and living life and lifestyle. How do you strike that balance? What is it that you do, those sort of golden nuggets that help you remain on top of your game, but also still be able to live life like everybody else?
It is tough. The balance is always tough. But I think for me, I always like to look at it as, I have, for example, January through to April where I'm all focused. April, I have my national championships, and then I have a bit of a break, a bit of a holiday with the boys, and then kind of the same to August. And then we have like a small little 5-6 days. And then December is usually a big one for me. I usually have like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's how much we usually get. We get about 3 weeks a year. So it's, it's quite tough.
I don't know how you can still look like this with such
the sun. I'm aging in a couple of years.
You're aging, but you're taking, the time to also spend on nurturing young, gifted people. Let's talk about your foundation. You're doing such incredible work there.
Yeah, I'm very, very passionate about that. We launched that about 2.5 years ago during the COVID pandemic. But we managed to raise a bit of funds, and we're doing some amazing work inside Durban. We're reaching Johannesburg just a little bit, but Cape Town, we're doing a lot of work here. So we're just very excited. We've also partnered now with the Mid-Mile Mile. It's their 50th anniversary this year on the, I think it's the 12th of Feb.
It's coming up.
It's coming up soon. Unfortunately, not going to be here, but we're sponsoring all the 8 mile athletes that are doing eight mile miles, which is huge. And we like I said, we've raised quite a bit of funds and we're doing a lot of work in the communities. You know, the Blue Dance community is a big one here in Cape Town. We're going to get into Soweto and Johannesburg, but we're looking to roll out some programs that are going to be basically every 6 to 8 weeks for this coming year.
They're quite intensive programs too, I imagine.
Yes. And we're also looking at like learn to swim, learn to float programs, because swimming, well, drowning in South Africa is one of the worst in the world. People actually don't know that. We have statistically almost 1.5 to 2 deaths a day.
Insane.
Which is crazy.
It's insane. It shouldn't be happening.
It shouldn't be happening. And we've got some really cool ideas. I mean, we've spoken about, you know, getting a facility which I could help facilitate that going forward. You know, we've been speaking with you know, the authorities about that, but it's been a little slow, to be honest. But you know, I have some amazing people behind me, and again, this is something that I've been passionate about since I was young. You know, because I come from humble beginnings, and you know, I want to make a difference, and I want to leave a legacy behind for my family, and you know, hopefully make a positive impact on society.
I do love the fact that it's a program and it's a property that you are so passionate about, that you are personally plugged into.
Yes.
We've seen you go into the various communities and really just plow yourself in there, and it's beautiful to see. The Olympics in 2023, they're coming up. Let's talk about preparation.
Let's go.
2024.
2024, yeah. It's it was my 4th Olympics, which is crazy.
Sure.
12 years from my first win in London.
I can't believe it.
I pinch myself sometimes. I mean, we were in Birmingham last year, and there was a couple of people coming up to us in the stands, and they're like, "This is a picture from 10 years ago, me and you." And I'm like, "But you're a baby, and now you know what I mean?" So it just makes you think that, you know, time has really flown. But I'm just look, I'm super blessed to be in the position that I'm in. I'm very hungry. I believe
We're going to feed you today lots of protein packed
Didn't
dishes.
mean that hungry, but I'm hungry. I'm hungry to get back on top.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really, I'm the world champ again, which is great, but Olympics is the goal. We have a lot of work to do for sure, but I will be very, very competitive. You know, I can't promise gold medals, but we're going to be on the podium for sure, and we're going to fight to the end. That's the main thing.
Do stick around, because in a few minutes we're going to be making some protein-packed crumpets. He did say he was hungry, and he said no, not for that, but trust me, he will be hungry for this one. We'll see you in a bit.